conclusion. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Alan Steinbrecher, Chair of the State Bar Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Donna, and thank you for running the meeting. I want to thank all of you who've attended and listened, and all of those of you who have spoken for your valuable input. We know that this is a stressful time for you, and we appreciate your thoughtful and often poignant remarks. I now understand, I believe that Justice Cuellar would like to make a few comments, and I will ask him to do so if he does. Justice Cuellar.
Thank you very much. I just want to say a few brief words before I turn it over to our Chief Justice. I've learned a lot, and it wasn't lost on me today that we had over 2,500 people joining us. I just want to say that when I was a kid, my hometown near the Gulf of Mexico was hit by a pretty massive hurricane, and the disruption affected every aspect of life that I can remember. And as I've listened today for the last few hours, it's not lost on me that we're beset by what feels for so many people like a series of hurricanes, making life far more difficult for people all over California, including many people on this call. So I want to thank everyone. I think it's not been a waste of time. It's been enormously illuminating to hear your thoughts, and I'm also going to work through any of the written comments. I also want to say that we haven't made an ultimate decision yet, either about an online bar exam or some kind of temporary licensure or anything else. These last few hours, to my mind, remind us how much interest there is in a swift decision. That's not lost on us. And despite the fact that the situation keeps changing around us nearly every day, I do think it's important for us to make a decision quickly. Second, despite our best effort and our good faith, we can't guarantee that whatever is decided is going to make everybody happy. That said, I found the comments today enormously informative and certainly helped me understand with more vivid insight what's happening around the state. Finally, virtually all the issues raised today are relevant to the present, but also to the future, when we'll no doubt encounter more inclement weather, but also keep facing some challenges that are pretty familiar. So whatever decision is made about how to handle the here and now, I certainly hope that we won't be done addressing some of the ideas that you've raised. It matters that we continue asking how we can protect the public and make attorney admissions work as fairly and efficiently as possible. To me, that ethic of commitment to learn and improving what we do is really at the core of what we owe each other, and I think that's true for my colleagues at the bar as well. I don't want to imply that we can understand the full range of experiences represented here playing out for all of you, but I can guarantee you that taking to heart the concerns that you've raised is really important to us, and I want to thank you for speaking up and helping us understand your situation better in the midst of everything that's going on. Thank you.
I too want to thank all of you here. I want to start by thanking the State Bar and the Board of Trustees and the CBE for convening this meeting to have all of the voices heard. Believe me, it's not easy to hear all that's being heard and the criticism and the concerns. I do want to state that in my 10 years of working with the State Bar and the Board of Trustees, I find you all to be compassionate and hardworking and trying to continue to be professional in a time of ever-changing circumstances. And I thank you for the information that you've been able to relay to us, and that we continue to ask deep questions of the bar, of the Board of Trustees, and of the CBE and the NCBE. When I say me, I really mean all of us, all of the justices, because all 7 of us are equally engaged in this issue. We discuss it, we have further questions, we wonder how it will work on the ground, and as my colleague has said, Justice Cuellar, in the future. So I want to thank all of you who listened, all of you students, applicants, candidates, lawyers, and the deans who have expressed their views toward this professional licensing exam. I know that the views run broad and deep, and it was also very good for us to hear from the repeat takers and the frustrations. I'm a first-gen college student, a first-gen lawyer, and thereon. And many of us on the Supreme Court have the same or similar experiences with family and caretaking. So we all applaud you for the hard work you're doing in the midst of this. Clearly, caring for others, caring for family, caring for loved ones, caring for the vulnerable, and also acting in a way to ensure that all of those people are not further endangered by any act you take, which is one of your concerns about all this concern about testing. So I do want to thank you for sharing your points of view. I attended this meeting, like my colleagues, to listen and to learn from you, and to take your thoughts and your comments and your concerns and your emotions back to all of our colleagues so that we can have this discussion about going forward. I concur again in Justice Cuellar's comments. We likely can't please everyone, but I assure you that we endeavor to do the right thing. And when we choose what that is with enough information that affects 9,000 people and more, and a public of 40 million who are the recipients of your services as professionals, we will endeavor to explain our reasoning as to where we are and how we are and why we came to this decision. But we intend to do the best that we can, and your input helps us get there. So thank you for your time. Thank you for pouring out your heart. Thank you to the bar, to the board, as we endeavor to get to the right decision here. Thank you.